I think my recording started a little bit late, so you just hear the I. You didn't hear the alright, but anyways, what's going on, guys? It's Post, and we're back at it with another Wi-Fi battle. Put my Mega Ruby Alpha Sapphire action. You know how we do it around here. Overused here, and this is versus Destroymirage, aka Maurice, and he's bringing a potentially dangerous team. I know he's a somewhat frequent viewer in the Twitch. By the way, description box. Gotta click that. Gotta click that Twitch. Follow the Twitch. It's a major key alert. But I know that he loves using Mega Heracross. So Mega Heracross has no surefire counter. The 2 kills everything. You just have to be faster than it. You take advantage of the fact that it's slow. So I guess that does have counters, but you know what I mean. Can't switch anything into it. It's way too hard. So I brought a team that I figured would kind of deal with Mega Heracross, but he's actually bringing what looks like Volturn plus Mega Heracross, like Volturn Hyper Offense, and then like Mega Heracross there, like Mega Heracross and potentially Heatran, like break the stall, and then everything else breaks the offense. It's a pretty neat little team. I liked it. I liked the looks of it. But I tried to bring a team because I know he's good. By the way, all right. So let me get my thoughts straight. So I know this guy. Well, I'm saying this guy in a kind of rude way, but I don't mean it. I don't mean it rude. But this guy, he's pretty damn good. So I brought a serious team. No more low putty Machamp. No Heracross plus Scarfment. None of those teams. I brought a pretty serious team. I put my game face on. Put my big boy pants on. And said we gotta do it. So I brought a team that I figured would deal pretty well with Mega Heracross and what its potential partners could be. And this team can. What I didn't expect them to do was bring Volturn, though. And Volturn plus Mega Heracross is actually a very, I wouldn't say very popular, but it's a very good strategy in the meta right now. Just, you see it a lot more with Medicham as opposed to Mega Heracross, but Mega Heracross can do a pretty good job of it, too. But just Volturn plus being able to bring those two in safely and then let them get heavy hit off is a very good strategy right now in the meta. Just Volturn plus hard hitters in general. Kieran Black is another good one. Mega Diancie, especially because you can benefit from pairing it with a magnet. Like, it's definitely a trend in the meta as far as like team building for offense. And that's not something that I expected, and my team does not deal very well with Volturn at all. So I remember this game very well, unfortunately, and the blender is very prominent. I call it the blender. I don't know what else other people call it. Or I guess the washing machine is another good one because it's like Rotom Wash. But the washing machine is a good name too because you got Rotom Wash and then you're just stuck in a cycle. You're just Volturn. It's not good. It's not a good situation. But I do have tools to overcome it. Mainly the fact that he has no Keldeo switching. Specs Latios. He has no Specs Latios switching. I believe this is Bantar. Is this Bantar? Yeah, no Bantar switching. Assuming I'm Bantar. I actually don't remember the set. So I got ways to deal with it. Just the fact that my team's packing, we're packing heat like Dwayne. I can't say that anymore, actually. Can't say that I'm packing heat like Dwayne Wade anymore because Pat Riley, he wanted his shekels. But we got heavy hitters on this team. So I just have to play and predict very smartly. So this should be a pretty exciting game because it basically comes down to who predicts the other person by turn. So whether he's going to have the momentum or whether I'm going to have the momentum. It should be a pretty exciting game. And let's go ahead and get it in and see what happens. So like I said, I'm going to be challenged by Maurice, a.k.a. Destroymirage. He's going to end up leading with Talonflame. I believe I lead with Latios because I looked at Team Preview and I said I have a good matchup on 506 of his Mons. And the problem with playing Wi-Fi is that normally that works out for me, but because Destroymirage is a good player, he's going to recognize this and lead with the one Mon that beats Latios in lead matchup. And he's going to U-turn. Now, I didn't really think too much of this initially because most Talonflames are the Spadef bulky set. But he is actually U-turn. And like I said, looking at his team, it makes so much sense. But he's going to go for U-turn right there on my Heatran. And it's like, oh no. And he's just going to U-turn out. So he's going to go to Mega Heracross. He's going to Mega Evolve. And regular Heracross is faster. So if I'm... Oof, psych. I was about to say. If if I'm faster than him, he can still outspeed me because regular Heracross is faster than even the max speed Stallbreaker Heatrans. But psych, I hit him with that scarf, scarf Heracross, not scarf Heracross. What am I saying? Scarf Heatran, and he loses his main wall breaker right off the bat. Mega Heracross didn't have the best matchup versus my team because it's offense anyways. So even though that loss sucked for him early on, it's actually not that big of a deal. Just because my team is more offense based, and he's gonna win the game by hit me with that washing machine, hit me with get me in the cycle. I'm gonna go Latios on Rotom. He volt switches, goes to Talonflame, and the blender, the washing machine, the cycle, whatever you want to call it, starts. So I gotta go to Tar now because U-turn. I thought it would take me out. I actually don't think it does though. I think it does. I want to say like 60%. So maybe I could have stayed in. Actually, no, I couldn't have because this is my main and pretty much my only Rotom answer. I do have Spadef Scarm, which deals with it a little bit, but not the best. So anyways, Tar comes in. Oh no, this isn't Tar, or this isn't Bantar. This is Choppal Tar. That's bulky, so it's actually not good. So anyways, he's gonna make a smart double switch out here to Rotom. He's gonna predict me to go Scarm, and like I said, this is part of the issue of playing so many people on Wi-Fi. Is that on Wi-Fi you can normally get away with playing really obviously and really safely, and it works out because the people that you're going to be playing normally aren't experienced enough to deal with that. But when you play someone that's good, it's difficult to adapt because you're used to playing a certain way, and then because they're good, they play like actual good players, and you're kind of, like I said, I'm in a very disadvantageous position, even though I'm up score wise. I have no control of the momentum, and as long as he has control of the momentum, he is in charge. So I'm in a disadvantageous position for sure. He gets Thunderous in here to force me out. I gotta go to Tar at this point to sack, which is unfortunate because that means I get no rocks up, and I do have spikes, but I definitely need rocks in order to beat him, to be able to get Talonflame whittled. To whittle Rotom. That's really the main way you beat Volturn, is sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet. And yeah, you just bite the bullet and take the hit and then get a heavy hit on whatever comes in to sort of break the cycle and try and get momentum back on your side of the field. Or you get, I should say and, not or, you get hazards up to weaken the opponent's team and to punish them from switching in and out so repeatedly. Unfortunately, like I said, with my Tar going down and me not getting rocks up, I only have spikes, and his two abuses of Volt Turn are both spikes immune, so not getting hazards up is going to be very bad. Now I have to go to Alakazam here, because it's my only thing that outspeeds Latios at this point, and that means I have to get my Alakazam paralyzed. That's obviously not good, but I don't think Alakazam was going to have a big field day in this matchup anyway, especially not with what looks like a Bandit Talonflame. Definitely not going to have a big field day, and I'm not the all-time legendary HP flying Alakazam. So I'm just going to let my Alakazam get paralyzed. I know he's going to paralyze me, kill the Thunderous, and I actually know I can live this. So I'm just going to stay in because a paralyzed Alakazam doesn't do much anyway. And I'm just going to go ahead and stay in, and I go for Psychic. Unfortunately, I don't predict the Heatran. Probably could have. No, I actually just went for Psychic because I figured that he would go for Brave Bird, which Brave Bird does more than U-turn and it would take me out. So I just clicked Psychic, but unfortunately that doesn't happen, and I get a little bit of damage off on Heatran, and again I'm just sacking at this point. If he wants to be cheeky and get rocks up, I can go for Focus Blast and either take him out or get a lot of damage off on him. Doesn't happen though, but I can go to Keldeo, and the good thing about this is that I'm starting to adapt to what he wants to do, and I'm starting to kind of adapt to what I need to do to get momentum back on my side of the field, which is why I sacked Alakazam right there, because it let me get momentum back and let me get control. But and you see right here, I stay in and go for Secret Sword, figuring that he's probably going to go for Volt Switch, so now I can get a heavy hit on Rotom, and I still have at least for a moment, I still have momentum on my side of the field. I have to give it up immediately the following turn, as he's more than likely just going to go to Talonflame. But I'm able to take out Heatran, which could potentially be a problem for my Latios. And he actually was Exegol right here. I guess knowing based on the damage on Scarf and Yeah. Well, I got Skarm right here. I'm obligated to go to Skarm. Part of me wanted to stay in to nab the Rotom on the switch back, but he does decide to make the more conservative play, and I kind of predict that because I made the aggressive play the previous turn with Keldeo. So like I said, I'm starting to adapt. I go to Latios right here because now I predict Rotom to come in. Unfortunately, Talonflame comes in. I do have Heatran though, but my Heatran does not have Ancient Power or anything to hit the Talonflame, which, if I remember correctly, it turns out to be a bigger problem later in the game. So I go for the I have two fire stabs on here with Overheat and Flamethrower. So you're gonna see Rotom come in right here. Also pay attention to the fact that he has no leftovers. But I believe he has switched up moves, so I didn't notice this during the battle, but I believe that means he has Resto Chesto. So here I think he's going to go for a Hydro Pump, and this is actually well, at this point I'm still down. I believe the score was equal until my Keldeo died, but I was still down in like momentum wise. So I figured that he would go for Hydro Pump because I started to adapt, so I predicted him to start adapting to me and start playing like more conservatively, but he goes for the Volt Switch right there. And now there goes my Keldeo, and that's a problem. It doesn't matter too much anyway because I already took the Volt Switch damage. And he has Excadrill and Talonflame, which deal with my Specs Keldeo anyways. So he's going to go to Talonflame. He's going to go to Excadrill to scout for Rock Slide, Stone Edge, Ancient Power, anything to hit Talonflame. Which again, like I said, he's just making very smart plays at this point. Going to stack off Excadrill. This is fantastic for me though because now Latios is looking pretty good. Heatran is looking a lot better now. So I think I'm in a pretty decent spot at this point. I'm going to go Latios. He's going to Volt Switch here pretty obviously. Not too much. I could have stayed in and gotten an Overheat off on the Rotom, but I don't know, dude. I don't know. That might have been the better play actually, but at the same time, like I said, if he went for Hydro Pump right there, we would have been in a bad spot. So in comes, I'm gonna go back to Heatran right here, and now I'm stuck in the blender. We're not looking too good because you know the blender boys. Did I forget to put the background music on? Damn, dude, I did. All right, well, this battle's just not gonna have any background music, I guess. Oh well. So here I make a misplay. I go for Overheat because I figure that he's just going to go for another Volt Switch. I Overheat and I get damage off on him, which is what I should have done the previous turn, or the previous time this sequence came up. But now he's going to go for the Rest and reveal that he's actually Resto Chesto. And that's just that's really the nail in the coffin. Because you see this Overheat actually does a pretty decent chunk. That's like 35%. At least a third. Maybe even more. And now I'm in such a disadvantageous position because now he's rested, now he's healthy, and now we can Volt Switch again and go back to Talonflame. And like I mentioned, I don't have anything that can really hurt this Talonflame, so if I had something like Ancient Power, maybe got some boosts going, I'd be in a really good spot. But now he can just U-turn for free. Yeah, I'm just not looking too good right here. I'm caught in this very bad cycle. And like I talked about the momentum, he's got the momentum back in his court again. I am Spadef Skarm though, so I might be tempted to stay in and once again just bite the bullet, get a roost off or something, but it doesn't matter anyways because it's like, yeah, I don't have any hazards up to punish these switches. Spikes aren't going to do anything, and my Skarm doesn't have Brave Bird, it has Iron Head, which is good for what Spadef Skarm is supposed to do. Mainly checking things like Clefable and just Diancie fairies in general, mainly Diancie actually more than Clefable because Clefables are more EV'd on the physical defensive side nowadays anyway. But yeah, I'm just caught in this cycle and it's not looking good. And I can't really do anything because, like I said, I have Iron Head. I would have gone for Brave Bird right there if I had it to get more damage off on Talonflame. And I go for Iron Head here anyways. And you see that does a whole 2 to the Rotom as he goes for a U-turn. Again, he's not made any bad plays. I don't want to take anything away from him. He's playing very well right here. He's making lots of good plays. Goes for Will-O-Wisp, knows that I'm Spadef, knows that I can roost off Volt Switches all day long. So he goes for Iron Head, and that also lowers my Iron Head's damage output. He doesn't have lefties, so it's like, yeah, I'm doing like 2 total damage, but that's 2 more than he had on him before, so that's good. Anyways, I think I'm just gonna stay in with Skarm right here, get as much chip damage as I can, and then I still have Latios alive, right? Yeah, so I can sack Skarm, get momentum back, go Latios, then drop a hot one, and then maybe win with Heatran. So, if that's gonna be my game plan, then I'm not sitting too bad. I'm not sitting too bad at all. So yeah, I'm just gonna sack Skarm right here. This is gonna give me momentum back. You make a smart play right here though, and he goes for the Volt Switch. So I can't get my Latios in on the Rotom. I have to get in on the Talonflame right now. Again, very smart play from him. I'm gonna go Heatran and I'm gonna go Overheat, expecting him to U-turn, and then I can get the Overheat off on Rotom. However, the problem is that I'm Scarf Train and he goes for U-turn, so now that little miscalculation means that I get the damage off on Talonflame. That's cool and all, but Rotom is really what's harassing my team right now. And now I'm at -2 when Rotom comes in. So I made that play right there, going for the Overheat, anticipating him to be faster. But like I said, I'm Scarf Train. And you normally think of Talonflame as this very fast mon, which it is, but it's not the fastest thing in the world when it doesn't have that priority Gale Wings. And so that was just another blunder by me, and I can just like he just went for U-turn right there. Now I'm just not sitting very nice right now, because now I got to go Heatran. I'm obligated to go for Heatran, and now he has me pretty much right where he wants me. He goes for Volt Switch. I really couldn't do anything about it because now Talonflame, Brave Bird comes down and gets a crit on me. Doesn't matter. I don't believe. Yeah, because I switched in, so 2 Brave Birds would have taken him out. And now Latios comes in, and I'm hoping by some magic I can live Brave Bird and then win the game with Psyshocks, but that's not going to be the case, unfortunately, as he just goes for Brave Bird, takes out my Latios, and recoil and all that's going to come down, but it's not going to be enough. Maybe if I stayed in with Latios, and then, yeah, I stayed in with Latios. What's my last move? Is it HPS or Flash Cannon? Either way, it doesn't hit Rotom at all. I think it's HPS, actually, but I'm trying to think, because his Rotom was at like 50, so even an Overheat wouldn't have taken him out, and I would have had to lock in no Overheat, so yeah, maybe I should have stayed in with Latios right there, gone to Heatran, gone for Overheat, taking out Talon, and then gone for the crit on Rotom. I think that was my only play, so I could have played that end a little bit better, but I don't think it would have had an outcome anyways, or a difference in the outcome, because like I said, I would have had to create. It just would have given me a chance at winning. You know what I'm saying? So that was still very, 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 very good game. I'm saying very a lot, but he played damn near perfectly. He did what he had to do. The only thing that he didn't do well, which was Scout for my Heatran set. But I guess on my team, that's part of the bluff. It looks like Choice Tar and then like Rocks Tran. That set might be better actually, but I am Scarf Tran, so I don't really blame him for that. But besides that, he played almost perfectly, and I could have done a couple things better. But at the same time, he just made the right plays. There's some situations where you don't really play bad. The other person just makes the right play. Like I said, he's a good player. He did everything that he had to do to win, and ended up his game plan ended up executing damn near perfectly. Like I said, the Mega Heracross on Train was the only blunder by him. But like I said, GG's Destroymirage. I hope to get more games against you. Hopefully they won't go this way, but like I said, that's just the way it crumbles. I'll see you guys later. Leave a thumbs up. Hopefully, leave a comment. Sub to the YouTube. Follow the Twitch. Follow the Twitter. All these good things. These are good things that you should be doing. But yeah, thanks for watching, friends, and later.